in the shadow of choices. In the dim light of a vacant street food cart, Crisostomo and Elias found themselves at a crossroads, their friendship hanging by a thread. The cart was nearly deserted, likely due to the newly opened Jollibee branch nearby that had drawn away the usual crowd. Crisostomo had arrived first, impeccably dressed in a collared shirt and polished black shoes. He had ordered 2 fish balls, his face betraying no hint of the internal conflict that churned within him. Elias, in stark contrast, arrived moments later. His tattered jeans and worn jacket spoke of a life far removed from Crisostomo's polished existence. He glanced at Crisostomo, and their eyes met, but neither offered a greeting. "Still sticking to that dream of yours?" Elias asked, breaking the silence. "Of course. You know I'm committed to it," Crisostomo replied. "That's your dream. Ours is different," Elias countered. "I've told you before, I'm not interested in that path." "Why not? What's wrong with following that route? At least you're not just listening to the radio and babbling about it." "At least I'm doing something right," Crisostomo retorted. "Sure, it's not perfect, but it's a step forward." "Right, but there's no real progress. You're still stuck in the same place." "And what about you? You may have made progress, but it's misguided. You're still doing the same old thing." The argument lingered, filling the space between them. They continued eating their fish balls, the conversation halting as the air grew thicker with unspoken tensions. In a sudden, brutal twist, the quiet of the night was shattered. A pair of armed men on a motorcycle roared down the street, their intentions clear. Without warning, they fired, the bullets striking Crisostomo and Elias in the chest. Both men crumpled to the ground, their lives abruptly extinguished. The scene faded to black, the sound of distant voices piercing through the darkness. "Boss, we've got one terrorist down," one voice said. "What about that journalist guy?" the other inquired. "He's been killed, too," came the reply. "Good. That's 10,000 for the 2 of them," the boss confirmed. "Got it." My socks, the rain, and you. You loved the rain. I hated it. I despised the way my socks got wet whenever water seeped through the holes in my shoes, and how my bed would get damp when water dripped from a crack in the roof. The rumbling thunder and the sight of lightning striking from a distance were things I loathed, always wondering if it had hit something somewhere, or someone. I detested how the rain forced me to ride when I could simply walk but couldn't due to flooded roads. It annoyed me how it smeared my eyeglasses and gave me shivers. I never told you this, but I hated one thing you loved. Yet, on that rainy night when I unfortunately forgot my umbrella, it felt like the raindrops danced through my wobbly vision, and strangely, my socks felt warmer.